Hey, what's up? It's another episode of Cooking with Marini Guess. So today we're gonna make some people's favorites, some people's not so favorites, because either you love mole or you don't. It kind of, it comes both ways. Some people like it, some people don't. Depends on how you do it. There's different ways to do it. There's like some that have like 90 ingredients and it takes like 5 days. And then there's some that have, like mine, probably have about 20 ingredients. But it's not gonna take you all day long. So I wanna teach you how to make mole my way. All right, first thing we gotta do, and this is probably what takes like the longest, and make sure you open up your windows, put your hood vent on, because if you start toasting the chilies and everything together, you're gonna start coughing. Did you ever go to your grandma's house and as soon as you walked in, you had to walk back out because it felt like you got maced, but you knew that was gonna be the best salsa in the world? That's kind of what's gonna happen right here. So we just gotta be careful and don't make your whole house cough. So first, like I said, you got all these different ingredients that goes into one sauce, and that's a mole sauce. The number one ingredients, chile pastillas. And then I got, of course, New Mexico red chili. We're not gonna play around. I also got chile de árbol. And then I got ancho. So these are all dried chilies. Those are your number one thing in your mole, because you want it sweet, you want it savory, but then all of a sudden you hit it with chocolate, and then inside your sauce you have pecans, you got almonds, garlic, raisins, bay leaves, sesame seeds, pepitas, black peppercorn, some clavos, a little bit of thyme, some whole cumin, and the chicken. And now we'll get to that one later. But this is what we're gonna go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little oil and I'm gonna start toasting all of these ingredients together, okay? I'm gonna start off with my almonds and my pecans, because I want them to get nice and toasty, huh? A little bit of clavo. Not too much, because you're only making a little bit for your family, right? And a little bit of cumin seeds. And then I got Carla back here, being my guest star always. She's making me rice because world... Oh, sorry, babe. Get out of the way. Because, sorry, world, I don't know how to make rice. Well, I do know how to make it. I just super suck at it. It's my arch nemesis, and I'm not even I'm going to come out the closet.
Mole, mole. Mole, mole. Mole, mole.
Mole, mole. Mole,
Mole.
mole, mole. We're going to put a little bit of thyme. We only need a little bit because it's going to give so much flavor with all these things, okay? A little pepita seeds. These are pumpkin seeds. That's what they are, but they call them pepitas. Pretty sure it's just a pumpkin seed. Just like they call pine nuts, but we call them piñons because we really know that they're piñons. They're not pine nuts, but they're the pine nut, but it's not the same. I'd rather eat a piñon. Okay, anyways, I'll keep going. But I digress. A little bit of, we'll do a lot of raisins. You could already start smelling it. You guys smell it already? Little bit of garlic. Well, my little bit might be a lot of bit to some people, but I don't care what they think, because garlic is garlic and it makes things better. Couple of bay leaves. Damn, you can smell everything toasting real pretty already. Some peppercorns. The cumino seeds are already starting to toast already. We already put that one. We're gonna put a little bit of sesame seeds, okay? Because sesame seeds are gonna go on the top of your mole anyway. It's just kind of a weird thing, right? You would never think of sesame seed in a Mexican dish. What is mole? Are we gonna do a fucking Google search?
Is that like a,
I don't know.
Shall we?
We can find out.
Are we gonna read again?
There's some history.
But you know what's funny is when you look up mole, it comes up a fucking mole. So now, I'm gonna put in a little bit of cinnamon. We're gonna put it in a cinnamon stick and we're just gonna break it all up, okay? Because we're gonna blend it all down anyway. And then we're gonna strain it. So nothing's gonna happen. You're not gonna get shit in your mouth. You're not gonna choke. Everything will be good. Also, we're gonna start putting our chiles in. So chile pastilla, and then los anchos, and then of course I put New Mexican red, because how can you not go into Mexican red? right? Then I'm also gonna put a little bit of chile de árbol because it's gonna give it the heat. So you're gonna have a little bit of heat with it, a little bit of sweet with it. Well, those are all my favorite flavors. So let's just go with it, okay? So we're gonna get those all nice and toasted up too. This is probably the most part where your coughing is gonna start, but just let it go slow and low, and it's just gonna get everything nice and toasted so that it can start getting the flavors to come out. Because every time you toast your spices and stuff, it brings this deepness and richness to the flavor. Because it's like, I don't know, man, it just makes everything better. I can't really explain it, but it makes all the flavors just start popping out. Like when you do pickling spice or anything like that, always toast your seasoning. Mole, a cornerstone of Mexican cuisine, has roots in pre-Hispanic times, evolving from the, I don't know how to say that word, mole, meaning sauce or concoction. That's where it is. While the exact origins are debated, it's also believed to be originated in the kitchens of Aztecs and Mayans, which totally makes sense because of the fucking chocolate. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start making like a chicken stock, right? So we're gonna make a chicken stock. We're gonna put some water. I use caldo de pollo. You could use bouillon. You could use base. You could boil your chicken as long as you get the chicken flavor, right? So I got a little caldo de pollo chicken stock. And I'm just gonna get that all warmed up. So I'm gonna add some tomatoes and a little bit of onions. 1 whole onion, 2 whole tomatoes, okay? I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. So we can start building this up. Has everything in the goddamn world in it, is what it is. It's like whatever you had in your spice box, that's what we're gonna put in this shit. And then we're gonna put some tomatoes and some chile and some chicken stock, and it's gonna taste great. Who thought of this shit? That would be a good one, huh? What would make you think that you put pepitas and pecans and cumino and black pepper and bay leaves, tomate, onions, and all different chilies? That's like all the shit you had growing in your garden, I would imagine, right? That's what it would be.
Ancient version of cleaning out your fridge.
Yeah, bro, maybe. Let's just see what it tastes like. Be like fucking nacho libre. See what it tastes like. What I want to do is show you that I'm going to use chicken thighs. Chicken thighs, I'm not a big chicken eater. Chicken's not my favorite thing in the world. But I love a chicken thigh. And I think it's mainly because of the skin. So this one, it had a bone in it, but I boned it out.
Sorry, what?
I didn't do nothing. I was with you the whole time. Anyways, I got one of these little pans, these little loaf pan, right? Because there's only a few of us here, so we're gonna get it to. Yeah, I can't even talk anymore, and I can't breathe either. Anyways, I'm gonna put it in one of these little loaf pans. I put salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of chili, a little bit of chives, and I'm just gonna season my chicken just like that. I went ahead and I cut the skin around it so that when you wrap it, it's gonna get into a crispy skin. Because there's nothing wrong with a crispy skin. I have my oven at 375, and I'm gonna put this chicken in. I'm gonna cover it up, and then later I'm gonna uncover it to crisp up that skin. Ancient and shit, dude. Aztecs, Mayans. That shit's been around for a long time. That makes total sense that it would come from that region because they do have all of these things that we put in there. Literally. Well, chocolate and all that came from all down there, right? Cacao. That was the first place that they ever had chocolate. That's pretty fucking cool, huh? If you think about it. See? See how brown I am? Do you see how brown I am? So brown. All right, chicken stock. I'm gonna add it straight into my pan, okay? And we're just gonna let that develop. That's just gonna start softening up all the chilies, softening up all the nut. Maybe that's God telling me to shut up. Mole. It's a good thing. My grandpa was my grandpa's favorite thing. He used to love mole. My grandma wasn't her favorite, but she would make it for him. And my mom loved mole. My sister loved mole. Well, all of us pretty much did. My mom, it just wasn't her favorite thing, but just before she passed away, it's all she wanted to eat. So I made it for her on Mother's Day. Her last Mother's Day, I made her mole. It's just like a heartfelt thing because it takes so long to make. All right, guys, this has been on the stove for like an hour. We're just getting the chilies real soft. Look at how soft everything is already. Everything's nice and soft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blending it and straining it. I'm going to start with the juice. That way we can make sure that we're putting enough juice, because you don't want to put too much of just the, you know, the chilies and all that, because it's not going to blend right? So you always have to make sure that you have enough of the juice. Look at that. Oh my God, this is going to be like a deep color. A reddish brown. And they like me. A little red, a little brown. All right. Put all the love into it. It is. In making people food and taking your time to make somebody food it's an act of love. It's an act of appreciation. Like, I know you worked your ass off all day, or I know we're tired, or I know we're hungry and this is all we have to eat. So you put your love into your food, and that shows up. It shows up, especially because you gave your time for it. Ah, verga. Jodido. It has different pulses. Woo, handy dandy little ninja. Shit. They tell me I didn't do it right. You know what? Make it your fucking self. Because I'm going to tell you right now. I think it tastes good as fuck. I can guarantee that a lot of other people are going to tell you it tastes good as fuck. I've had homies come over here and tell me that they go to Mexico City and they get just as good mole as I give them here, if not better. It's just a different way of doing things. Now that we know it's just a sauce or a concoction, like, really, can you really say what an authentic mole is? Can you really tell me exactly when it went in mole and fucking Aztec and Mayan times? Were you there? You know what I mean? And I know you could search your history back that far, but I don't think you're gonna be like, oh, this is my great grandma's mole. And if you do have that fucking recipe, bring it to me, because then we would know if I was doing anything right. So I'm gonna start straining this as I blend and strain, because good stuff takes a little bit longer sometimes. So this one might take a little bit longer. So we're gonna strain it. That way we could try to get most of the pulp out. You know, if there's any large pieces that the blender didn't get or anything, and then it's just gonna make it so much smoother. I had an 80-gallon fucking tilt skillet, right? And we were doing the chocolate and coffee fest, and I was making mole nachos. Bro, we sold so many fucking mole nachos that I filled that fucking thing 3 times in one day. That charola, that 80 gallons. 3 times. I had to run from the chocolate fest to my kitchen. Fucking luckily I had everything soaking and all that shit. And I had to remake it 3 times in one day. The next day I just said, fuck it, I ain't even going back because I couldn't do it. It was so much. All right, guys, so at this point, look it, we got it all strained out. It's looking so beautiful. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the chocolate. We're going to put abuelita. This is one of the not like savory things that everybody, you know what I mean, does and all this stuff. But the abuelita chocolate is one of the best. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drop that whole chunk in there. And we're just going to let it melt. On top of that, I'm going to add a little bit of peanut butter. I like to get the creamy so you don't put more nuts in it because you already strained it. You don't want to do that. So I got some creamy peanut butter. I'm going to put that in there because that's going to bring the creaminess to this whole entire dish. It already starts darkening. The color starts darkening because of the chocolate, and the peanut butter just automatically starts making it nice and beautiful. So as that's going, I already got the chicken out of the oven. So the chicken's ready for me to put it in. And I'm going to go ahead and get some crispy skin on it, okay? So I'm gonna take off the lid, I'm gonna put it back, and we're gonna put some crispy skin on it. Because when you slice it, you wanna keep that because it gives a textural thing, right? Gives a textural thing. It's a big deal to make mole because the way we did it, like, look, it takes time, it takes love, it takes finesse and patience, dude. So that you don't burn all your shit down because you don't want to have that charred taste in there. You just want to have all the flavors. All right, guys, so I pulled out my chicken and the skin's a little bit crispy. It's starting to crisp on the top. So I'm going to sit there and just let it rest for a little bit while I start plating everything else. So also, just so you know, because I skipped this part because I forgot. But if your chili is a little bit too, like your mole is a little bit too heavy, you feel like it's too much chili, too many seasonings, whatever, cut them down. And honestly, you could just add a little bit of brown sugar, honey, a little bit of regular sugar just to kind of sweeten it up a little bit. So it'll kind of kill the heat a little bit. But when you plate it with the rice, the chicken, queso fresco, it's going to cool down and it's going to be just right. So let's plate it. We're going to put the sauce on the bottom, just like that. We're going to put the rice right on top of the sauce, just like that. Put your little bit of extra. Then we got our chicken, okay? So with the chicken, I like to slice it right down the middle. We're gonna put it right there in the center. A little bit of that crispy skin. Drop a little bit more sauce on top. Hit it with a little bit of queso fresco. Clean the plate because presentation is very important. And there's Marie's mole. My way. Not anybody else's way. My way. But, I mean, same concept for everybody else that does it. You know what I mean? It's just like a one-pot shot. Everything in there. It has so many different flavors and like everything. Hold on. You know what I forgot? What did I tell you? What did I say? Sesame seeds to kill it with a little bit of toastiness at the end of the day. Marie's mole. Check it out. Make sure you like and subscribe our page. Come back for more fun tips. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'm always around. We can talk about it. If your parents, your grandparents, everybody does something different. So embrace the differences in everybody else because we all have different ways of doing things. But check it out. It might just give you an inspiration to make your own mole because there's all kinds of different moles. So have fun, enjoy it, and also, it's like to make everybody mad. They also sell this one. And what's funny is my mom used to use this. My mom used to use this one. My girls use this one here at work. If you don't have a chance to go through the whole sauce and, you know, straining of it and doing the whole nine, you could always just buy one of these. And they take 3 parts water to each jar of this. And honestly, it tastes just as good. It's not the same. It's a little bit different, no doubt, because homemade is homemade. But you can never go wrong. If you just want to try mole, this might be the way to do it. Okay? You guys have a beautiful day. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching us. Don't forget to subscribe, like our page, help our little crew out. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we want. We're supposed to help each other out. So watch our page, check it out, see what's up. Follow us on IG, follow us on everything else. And just love everybody. Have a good time. Don't forget, have a fucking good life, bro. Mole. 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 See the shit you start, fool.